Thank you for waiting. We start the second part of the Japanese Society of Hypertension press conference. Professor Shigeru Shibata, Chair of the Scientific Program Committee of the ISH2022 Kyoto, will serve as the MC today. Professor Shibata, please.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Shigeru Shibata from Keikyo University and also the committee member of the scientific program of the ISH2022 Kyoto. Thank you so much for your participation today. So this is the agenda of today's press seminar. To begin with, I would like to introduce Professor Hiroshi Ito, Chair of the ISH2022 Kyoto and the Executive Board member of the Japanese Hypertension Society, who will introduce the overview of the meeting. Professor Ito, please.
Thank you, Dr. Shibata. I'm Hiroshi Ito, the Chair of ISH2022 Kyoto. So the ISH2022 Kyoto will be held next week, so I briefly explain the overview of the meeting. So ISH2022 Kyoto is the 29th scientific meeting of the International Society of Hypertension, jointly hosted by the Japanese Society of Hypertension, the International Society of Hypertension, and the Science Council of Japan, held in Kyoto on October 12th to 16th in Kyoto International Conference Center. The theme of the conference is the Wisdom for Conquering Hypertension. Program consists of 13 categories, 62 symposium with 187 invited speakers from 40 countries, and 1,076 poster presentations and 42 late breakings. The opening ceremony will be held in the august presence of their Imperial Highness, Crown Prince and Crown Princess Akishino. The opening plenary lecture will be given by Dr. Zhao, President of Institute of Medicine and the National Academy of Medicine. He is my mentor under the title of Hypertension, Past Progress, Present Challenges, and Future Promises. WHO stated that raised blood pressure caused an estimated 9.4 million deaths in 2010, and it is a major cardiovascular risk factor and a leading risk factor for global health deaths. 22% of adults aged over 18 years had raised blood pressure in 2014. And an estimated 46% of adults with hypertension are unaware that they have the condition, and only 1 out of 5 have it under control. In Japan, as shown on the left, hypertension is the second biggest cause of death of non-communicable diseases, NCDs, next to smoking. The right panel shows the control status of hypertension in Japan. In Japan, the number of people with hypertension is 43 million, and 33% of them do not know that they have hypertension. The treatment rate is 56%, and that of people with blood pressure control below 140 over 80 millimeter mercury is only 27%. So hypertension remains to be the disease yet to be eradicated. So we need new moonshot approaches for conquering hypertension. Our program includes hypertension in relation to SDGs, global health, life goals, super age society, and COVID-19. This meeting will focus on 3 essential elements for controlling hypertension. Number 1 is food and nutrition. 2, move, exercise, and physical fitness. And 3, AI, artificial intelligence, and digital transformation. As for food, in 2019, we made JSH Kyoto Declaration for salt reduction and set up 6 strategies for 6 grams salt intake. However, I believe that to enjoy food taste and feel delicious is a basic principle of eating. We Japanese enjoy Japanese food, that is UNESCO intangible cultural heritage, and appreciate food variety and good quality rather than quantity. The right panel shows the food items for 1 week, which the children in various regions in the world actually take. So, future for food is discussed in this meeting. We will serve Kyoto Wonder meal at lunchtime. A sense of wonder means mysterious, curious, exciting, and wonderful mood. The meal takes care of the amount of calorie, sodium, potassium, and sodium-potassium ratio. In addition, we put importance on variety, balance, and beauty in order to enjoy delicious meals. As for AI, recently AI and digital technology has been tremendously advanced. In 2019, we launched Digital Hypertension Conference for discussing these topics among several stakeholders. Using newly devised wearable devices, we can self-monitor our health status and make precise personal health records. Thus, by facing to our health by ourselves, we can build up new health literacy and new health care. In the near future, we can get beat-by-beat blood pressure data and understand our blood pressure alteration as wave. Then we can detect very early the alteration of blood pressure regulation. Combined with other big data on several biomarkers or environmental factors, we can accumulate our time-dependent health records. Together with accumulated health records of many other people, we could come to formulate hypertension prediction algorithm by deep learning. So health data sharing can serve for individual trajectory prediction. Now is the time to take care of our health, not my health only. So far, NCDs, including hypertension, are considered to be lifestyle-related disease, and people rather expect each individuals to take their responsibility for their own disease. But it has been gradually recognized that NCDs should be also considered to be life environment-related disease. We should explore to build up comfortable life environments to encourage individuals to change their behaviors, which will be discussed in this meeting. We are now also challenging Hypertension Zero Town project, that is to build up a model town in which hypertension is eradicated. About 20 cities and towns in Japan are participating in this project, and they are performing their own trials in order to decrease the number of people with hypertension. WHO is now performing NCD's Countdown 2030 Action Plan. This panel shows the predicted benefits for the decrease of NCDs. Interestingly, in addition to reductions in diabetic complications of renal diseases, which we can easily imagine, they pointed out domestic violence, environmental pollution, poverty, built environments, or social interactions. So these outcomes are realization of well-being itself. So in this meeting in ISH2022 Kyoto, we want to seek not yet discovered significance of blood pressure by way of food, move, and AI to establish the community in which no one with hypertension is left behind and achieve sustainable well-being. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Ito, for the introduction of the meeting. Then I would like to move to the next program, which will be the highlights of the program. I would like to introduce the highlight of the meeting program. So we have prepared the program for the current 1 or 2 years, and I can summarize the key features of the program, which is the diverse program with 3 main themes, which is AI, food, and move. And another feature is the international speakers from all over the world. We have more than 100 guests and from the 40 countries who will coming to Japan to present their data. And third feature is a prestigious special guest for hypertension expert and general audience. So these special guests are not limited to hypertension experts, but they can speak about the broad topics of broad interest. First, I would like to introduce a program regarding the 3 main topics. So this is the 3 main topics of the program, which is AI, food, and move. So in relation to AI, we have several main sessions, which is the management of hypertension using ICT and personal health record, or AI and big data analysis in the management of hypertension session, and regarding the conventional and future BP management, and also the digital devices. And we have the sessions on the cuffless blood pressure measurement. And as for the move or physical fitness, we have the sessions on exercise and sarcopenia, and hypertension and physical aging. And also we have the session for the exercise guidance for the elderly hypertensives. And regarding the food session, we have several also, which is the healthy diet and cardiometabolic diseases. We have global sessions on the global effort to promote low salt, potassium-rich diet. And as a Japan method, we would like to introduce for perfection control in daily clinical practice, which is practiced in Japan. And we also have diverse international speakers and diverse international sessions. We have 187 invited speakers from 40 countries. We have just heard that on October 11th, visa will be no longer required to enter in Japan. And I believe this is a perfect timing to visit Kyoto, or capital in Japan, and enjoy the scientific meeting and also enjoy the Japanese culture. And we would like to welcome all to come to the scientific session. So another feature of the program is the special guests for expert and general audience. We will have Dr. Zhao, Dr. Imura, Dr. Yamanaka, Dr. Lifton, Dr. Tomaszewski, Mrs. Yamazaki, Professor Yanagisawa, Professor Ishiguro, Mr. Ando, and Mr. Matsuyama. I would like to introduce speakers in more detail in the next slides. First of all, we will have ISH presidential lecture, and they also have the ISH Kyoto chairperson's address. Professor Tomaszewski will have the president lecture on October 15th, and his lecture title will be the genetics mechanism of the blood pressure regulation and human hypertension. What have we learned from kidney maltol mix? We will present the state-of-the-art lecture in October 15th. And Professor Hiroshi Ito will have chairperson's lecture on October 13th, entitled Wisdom for Conquering Hypertension, Food, Move, AI, Toward Sustainable Well-Being. This will be the main theme of this ISH meeting. And Dr. Ito will also have a lecture as an APSH president, which will be mineral-cortical receptor associated hypertension in greedy organ hypothesis. And we'll have 5 distinguished plenary lecturers in the ISH2022 meeting. And the first plenary lecturer will be Professor Victor Zhao who was the mentor of the Professor Ito. His lecture is following the opening ceremony, and his lecture is entitled Hypertension, Past Progress, Present Challenges, and Future Promises. And in the following days, we have 4 plenary lectures. October 13th, we'll have the lecture from Dr. Masashi Yanagisawa, who is currently leading the International Institute of Integrative Sleep Medicine in University of Tsukuba. And he is well known for his discovery of endothelin and also the neuropeptide orexin. He received many awards such as American Heart Association Novartis Award, and he also received the Breakthrough Prize in Bioscientific Medicine in this year. His lecture entitled Deciphering the Mystery of Sleep Towards the Molecular Substrate of Sleepiness will be scheduled on October 13th. And the next day, we'll have Dr. Hiro Imura. Dr. Hiro Imura is the president of the Japan Academy and is a former president of Kyoto University. Dr. Imura has been awarded numerous awards, including national orders from Japan, UK, and France. His plenary lecture, entitled Toward Precision Medicine of Metabolic Disease Based on Genetic Ancestry, will be scheduled on October 14th. In the same day, we'll have the lecture from Dr. Shinya Yamanaka, who is a professor of the Center for IPS Research and Application at Kyoto University. He received many prestigious awards, including a Nobel Prize as an IPS research. And his lecture entitled Recent Progress in iPS Cell Research and Application will be scheduled on October 14th. And Saturday, October 15th, we'll have Dr. Richard Lifton. Dr. Lifton has long been the professor at Yale University and currently serves as the president of Rockefeller University. He is well known for his research on genetics of hypertension and received numerous awards, including Homer Smith Award, Novartis Award, and Breakthrough Prize. His lecture, entitled Insight into the Molecular Mechanism of Hypertension from Human Genetics, will be scheduled on October 15th. We also have a featured presentation which deals with the main topics of the ISH Kyoto meeting, which is food, move, and AI. On October 13th, Professor Ishiguro from Osaka University will give us a lecture. He's a leading expert in AI and robotics, and he has won the World Robocop Awards, the annual international robotics competition, for 4 times. He will present about the robotics and health, avatar technology for supporting our future society. And the next day, we'll have Naoko Yamazaki, who is a former JAXA astronaut who has been to space in 2010. And she's now giving the lecture for her experience in the space to the general audience. Her lecture will be on October 14th, and the theme is health maintenance and teamwork in space. On October 15th, we have 2 lecturers with Noritaka Ando and Daiko Matsuyama. Dr. Noritaka Ando is a president of Nissin Food Product, and his lecture will be the research on complete nutrition meal to avoid the metabolic domino effects, realizing meal prevention or disease-free state. And Dr. Matsuyama, who is a Buddhist in Taizo Zen Temple, and will talk about the spirit of Kyoto, spirit of Zen. We'll also have diverse programs, including the ISH position papers and other publication sessions. We also have special presentation, which is a TED-like short presentation. In this session, 2 key speakers from JSH And we also have ISH speakers, and we also have the Gar Reynolds, who is talk about the presentation then in a TED-like style. In the ISH 2022 meeting, we have diverse award sessions, which include IS Austin Doyle Award session, a New Investigator Oral Presentation Award, and ISH 2022 Kyoto Young Investigator Award, Actual Young Investigator Award, Kyoto Best Oral Presentation Award, and Best Poster Presentation Award. We also have several debate sessions and also the Meet the Expert session. So please come and join us at the ISH 2022. As for the late-breaking session, we have several late-breaking abstracts. I'd like to introduce some. Dr. Tom MacDonald will present his data from the state of that, from the recent study, from the time study. And also Dr. Cario will talk about the esaxenolone and nocturnal blood pressure. And Dr. Peter Saber will present his data from the Ascot Legacy cohort. So this late-breaking session will be held on October 14th. And as Dr. Ito has mentioned, we'll have open ceremony on October 12th. And we are pleased to announce that the Imperial Highness Crown Prince and Crown Princess Akishino will attend and give a speech at the opening ceremony before the plenary lecture of Dr. Zhao. And October 15th, we'll have closing ceremony, which will conclude the meeting. As a conclusion of the ceremony, Dr. Tomaszewski and Dr. Hiroshi Ito will announce the ISH 2022 Kyoto Hypertension Declaration. This declaration will be published in Hypertension Research and Cardiovascular Research as a co-publishment. We'll have concluding remarks from Dr. Hiroshi Ito, Dr. Rakugi, and we'll also have the remarks from the Dr. Aristides Zabar, who will be the chair of the ISH 2024 in Colombia. We program committee have prepared for the success of the ISH 2022, and I believe the next week will be the perfect timing for the face-to-face meeting in Kyoto. So please come and join us at the ISH 2022 in Kyoto. Thank you for your attention. So next, I would like to move to the next program. So Dr. Ito, any remarks? Or if not, then I would like to move to Q&A session.
Yeah, okay, please go to the QA sessions.
Okay. So thank you for joining in the this press conference. Now we would like to move to the Q&A session. So if you have any questions and comments, please press the raise hand button. We'll call you with a display name, so please set your display name as to affiliation and name. Is there any question and comment from the audience? We have 5 minutes. You can press the raise hand button or directly put the text in the Q&A. And we also, you can also make questions to the ISH Secretariat by email. If not, any comment from Professor Ito?
Yeah, so I think that this ISH meeting is very unique because this is the first time meeting of the COVID-19, because the last meeting is is a Glasgow meeting, is a complete virtual meeting. So we want to set up several difficulties to set up this meeting, but we want to perform this meeting as a complete hybrid meeting. So we welcome to come to Japan because the visa restriction is now released. And if the people who cannot come to Japan because of several circumstances, please join our meeting online. So you can enjoy these 20 sessions, and you can enjoy the scientific mood. That's all from me.
Thank you so much, Professor Ito. Is there any questions from the audience? If not, we would like to conclude this press seminar. Thank you so much for joining this session. And now I would like to bring back to the administration.
Now I would like to close the Japanese Hypertension Society press conference. If you are interested in joining the meeting as a press, please register through the URL or QR code. Thank you again for your attendance.